Before watching the video, don't forget to subscribe the channel and enable bell notification to never miss an update from us.
Hello everyone and welcome. This is Ashima, and in this video we'll be talking about daily current affairs or daily news events in detail. So this discussion is going to involve discussion of news events as a whole, where we will be talking about major points that are important from examination point of view as well as from interview point of view. But for those who are looking out for exact question series also, for them we have a free quiz that is available on Entri app. You can download app from Google Play Store, and after downloading, after the initial registration process you go through, you can opt the language you want to take the quiz in, and it is a free and it is hardly 15-minute quiz. So it is going to help you keep in touch with current affairs questions as well. Now, we'll be beginning with the discussion of our everyday news events. The first one is report on currency and finance 2021, which was released or prepared by RBI recently. Now, does it, since it was, released by RBI, does it mean that it is the stand of RBI on it? No. It is just a recommendation panel which was set up by RBI, and they have presented this report. Right. Now, in this, what are the recommendations that have been made? First one involves that monetary policy setting panel should be of 4 quarters. Currently, it runs for 3 quarters, but now the recommendation states that this is not sufficient and it should be upgraded to 4 quarters now. Now, as per the report, it has also stated that earlier it had no problem with three-time MPC report till March 2020, but now it is need of the hour to increase it to 4 quarter rather than 3 quarter. Second recommendation that was there is that there should be greater flexibility for monetary policy and monetary policy committee. Third of all, it is required that the definition of inflation should also be redefined or changed. So, redefining inflation overshooting or inflation undershooting for consecutive 4 quarters should be there rather than the current rate which is going on for 3 quarters. So, inflation overshooting or undershooting above the or below the tolerance band of 4 consecutive quarters should be there, right? Next of all, it also states that failure of MPC needs to be revised from 3 quarter horizon to 4 quarter horizon. So we can say that this report overall identifies the fact that the monetary policy committee should be of 4 quarters, or there should be 4 quarters of MPC presentation as of now, right? Next of all, which we have is e-Dakhil portal. Now, e-Dakhil portal is a grievance redressal portal which was created as a part of Consumer Protection Amendment Act 2019, which was applicable from 2020. So, Consumer Protection Amendment Act was formed in 2019. It was applicable from 2020, and in that, e-Dakhil portal was initiated. This is a grievance redressal portal, or you can say a complaint filing portal, where online complaint can be filed for any consumer product, and it is applicable in 15 states and union territories as of now. So it is slowly expanding its roots to other arenas as well. Now, what is the the steps that have been taken which has brought it back to news? That is that Ministry of Consumer Affairs has integrated e-Dakhil portal with the Common Service Center. Right, this integration is the reason why this has come to news. Next of all, who developed this portal and who is maintaining this portal as of now? So, National Information Center, or NIC, which functions under Ministry of Electronics and IT. They are the ones who have developed it and who are maintaining this portal as well, right? Next, second edition of Khelo India Winter Games were organized recently. So, where were they organized and who organized it? So, venue was Gulmarg in the Union Territory of Jammu and Kashmir. Organization time was from 25th of February when it was started to 2nd of March when it was supposedly ended. Then, organizer of this Hello India National Winter Games was Union Minister of Youth Affairs and Sports along with Winter Games Association of Jammu Kashmir and Jammu Kashmir Sports Council. So these three have together organized this event. Right? Next, Mahanadi Godavari Link. Now, this link has been approved by the panel recently, which is why it has come to news. So, there was a task force which was created, and that task force is the one who has approved that Mahanadi Godavari link should be carried forward to. Now, this is Mahanadi, right? Mahanadi is also known as Lifeline of Chhattisgarh. First thing, it is also known as Lifeline of Chhattisgarh. And here we have Godavari. Now, linking them is the purpose, and this is now Godavari waters are utilized by Telangana and Andhra Pradesh. As you can see, the location of the river, it definitely is for both of them, right? Now, the linking project will also ensure that both the states are utilizing the waters of Godavari. Right now, in this task force we are talking about, where interlinking of rivers proposal was accepted, this decision was in the 13th meeting of that task force. This meeting was held in New Delhi, and third of all, there were three proposals that were presented to it in front of the chairman. Now, who is the chairman? Again, this is a question. So, Sriram Vedire. Sriram Vedire is the current chairman of this task force which was created, right? And there were various priority interlinking river programs that were, approved of in this, right? Including the Godavari Kaveri link. So there is a Godavari Kaveri link also. There is a Godavari Mahanadi link also, right? Then the next is PCs with plastic waste in ocean. So this has been developed by HP. And this is something which has been done for the first time ever, that ocean plastic has been utilized for creation of laptops. Now, there are three series that have been created by HP, Pavilion 13, 14 and 15. Now, what is the new thing about it is that first of all, Wi-Fi 6 has been made available to these laptop series, which means that Wi-Fi accessing speed is comparatively faster. And second of all, latency has been reduced to 75%. By 75%, latency has been reduced. What is latency? That is the lag duration that your laptop shows when you click on an icon to the icon opening up or the app opening up. So that is the lag period. Next of all, now the company has estimated that using plastics in electronic devices is going to result in around 92,000 plastic bottles being reused, which is quite a huge amount, right? Now, in 2019, if we talk about plastic waste, in 2019, Government of India also took various initiatives, where in 2019, government decided to ban single-use plastics. Right, that is a step which was taken by Indian government. Then highly contagious COVID-19 variant, which is also known as B1526, is causing severe damage in New York. Now, this virus strain which we are talking about, this strain has is very much dangerous to the part that it can even reduce the effectiveness of vaccine, because it can overlook the effect of vaccine for that purpose, right? So it is a very hard mutation, a very dangerous mutation that has taken place. There are two variants that are very dangerous. One is South African, one is New York, and one is of P1 also, which is quite dangerous in certain terms, right? Now, if we talk about this virus, this has a spike, since we know that COVID virus has spikes over it. So this is something a draftical looks like. There's a spike which is very much dangerous. So out of them, 10 is present in the spike protein. 10 amino acids are present in the spike protein. Then WHO chief, which is Tedros. So Tedros is the chief of WHO, and he has lauded India for supporting vaccine equality, as India has been a great help to all the neighboring nations for that part. including Bhutan, Nepal, Maldives, Myanmar, Bangladesh. We have helped nearly every neighboring country via the AstraZeneca vaccine by Serum Institute of India, and that is a Covishield. So we have helped them using by providing these vaccines to them, and this is why WHO chief has applauded India for its initiatives on an overall level. And second of all, if we talk about the initiative of WHO, so WHO's Gavi is the one which has launched an initiative by the name COVAX initiative, and this initiative has recently given out its first supply to Ghana. That is the first country in the world to have received vaccine under the COVAX initiative of WHO, right? Then FICCI Higher Education Summit 16th edition was held recently, and this edition had certain announcements that were made, including the part where Institute of Eminence have been increased. So earlier there were 20 institutes of eminence, they have been increased to 50 institutes of eminence, and out of them 25 are private ones which have recently been announced. 16 were announced at the time when 20 were there. So at the time when 20 Institute of Eminence were there, at that time 16 were already announced. And now this number of 20 has been increased to 50. Right now, if we talk about Institute of Eminence, there are recognition which has been set by UGC, and they set up this recommendation in 2017. It's in 2017 IOE was set up, right? Then, going ahead, Delhi is going to switch all its hired vehicles to electric vehicles in the coming 6 months. And there are about 2,000 hired vehicles of Delhi government, and all of them are going to be switched with electric vehicles. Now, this all has been done under the Switch Delhi campaign, which was started by Delhi government. Now, Switch Delhi campaign is a 6 week long campaign, that means it is still currently running, and under this campaign, this decision was taken to switch to electric vehicles. Second of all, Delhi also has electric vehicle policy into picture, and this policy is the one which also gives incentive of 1.5 lakh for certain electric vehicles. About 12 electric vehicles have been identified, and they are subsidized up to 1.5 lakh for purchasing and use of these electric, right? And apart from that, Delhi has also stated that they are going to shift to electric vehicles to maximum portion. That is, they are going to have at least 25% of electric vehicles on the roads of Delhi by 2025. Next, Union Minister of INB has associated with IIT Bombay to form Center of Excellence in Gaming and other related areas. So over here, what is important is Ministry of INB and IIT Bombay, who have tied up for Center of Excellence. Then Indian wrestler Vinesh Fogart has won gold medal in women's 53 kg category. Now, where was this event held? It was a Ukrainian event, therefore it was held in Kiev, Ukraine, which was Ukrainian wrestlers and coaches memory. Then Odisha will be hosting India Women's League football as per the recent announcement, and Odisha is also going to host FIH Hockey World Cup in 2023. So Hockey World Cup is in 2023, and in 2021 Indian Women's League football is going to be hosted by Odisha. Then Sugamya Bharat app has been announced, which was launched by Minister of Social Justice and Empowerment, Shri Thawarchand Gehlot. And this app stands on three pillars of accessible India, that is transportation, built environment, and ICT ecosystem. This app is basically for the disabled people, and therefore it has a certain qualities on that part. What are the qualities that we are talking about over here? Are that first of all, it has menu in both Hindi and English. Second of all, it can also interpret sign language. Third, it is user friendly with drop down menus. And fourth of all, there is all the complaints that need to be there. They can be uploaded along with pictures. So with the photograph, the complaint can be addressed to on this app, which will help in enhancing the quality of services and infrastructure that is given for the disabled people out there. Then Sri Lankan Air Force will celebrate its 70th anniversary, and in that, Indian Air Force has also been invited to participate in that celebration. So, in Indian Air Force's Sarang, Surya Kiran, and Tejas, which is a light combat aircraft or LCA, it is going to participate. Where are the celebrations going to be held? They are going to be held in Colombo from 3rd to 5th of March, right? So Sri Lanka's 70th anniversary, Sri Lankan Air Force 70th anniversary is there, for which India is also participating as they have been invited to it. Also, Indian government has stated that it considers Sri Lanka as a priority country in its listing of the neighboring countries priority list. So Sri Lanka is among the prior countries of India, right? Then National Science Day was celebrated on February 28. This year, the theme was Future of STI, that is Science, Technology, and Innovation, Impact on Education, Skills, and Work. Now, National Science Day is celebrated because on this date, that is on 28th of February, in 1928, Sir C.V. Raman had discovered Raman effect. The Raman effect was discovered by Sir C.V. Raman in 1938 on 28th of February when National Science Day is observed. And for the discovery of this Raman effect, he was also given Physics Nobel Prize or Nobel Prize in Physics, and that was in 1930. So 2 years after the discovery, in 1930, he was awarded the Nobel Prize in Physics. Then Pramod Chandra Modi's tenure has been extended as CBDT chairman. So first of all, who is the current chairman of CBDT? That is Pramod Chandra Modi or PC Modi, and his term has been extended for another 3 months. Now with this, I'll be winding up the segment. Do like the video, share the video, and subscribe to the channel for daily updates. Also, you can download Entri app from Google Play Store, which has multiple languages and various videos and courses are available. Also, it has a live free quiz that is available, hardly 15-minute quiz, which will help you keep in touch with the questions and current affairs. So I'll see you tomorrow with more such updates of news events. Until then, goodbye, take care, and have a wonderful day ahead.